So, guys, after watching episode 61 just a few hours ago, reacting to it, just wanted to do this review video here for the episode. Not gonna try to make this a long video as best as possible, but just wanted to touch on just a couple of key things. So let's just jump right into it. So the episode itself, titled "Comeback Anxiety," was just basically just like that's the thing I talked about it at the very end of my reaction, where we jumped right back into the ring with Ippo, or we're getting ready to, roughly 3 to 4 episodes. Basically roughly about four episodes, moving forward after his loss against Dante, right? So basically, I'm gonna guess and say that episode 62, we're diving right back into the ring officially. Like, he officially gets back in. It's been, it's basically been 2 months now. That's that's my guess. Who knows really for sure once until I actually sit down and watch episode 62. But with that, Ippo losing the fight to Date a few episodes prior, and he starts to show signs of him remembering the loss. Is still fresh in his mind. He starts having nightmares of of him losing, and what it seemed like from the dream that he had in this episode, that it was seemingly his opponent that he's supposed to be fighting. I mean, technically it could be Date. They didn't really fully show the person who he was dreaming of, having his nightmare of, where he was getting ready to lose, where when he was fighting the person, he fell on his butt, and basically he looked frightened and scared. But it's just one of those things that it's to the point where it's haunting him in his dreams, of him both losing his first fight, and also losing of sort of kind of expecting to lose this next fight against this opponent that he doesn't even know about. He hasn't seen any video on, because there's no footage of him, type of thing. So it's just one of those things where this episode just really touched on that, but at the same time, it also touched on the fact that Chief overworking himself. But also, we also see that Chief, because of his sternness, his dedication to boxing itself, is taking a toll on him mentally and physically, to where he basically, during sparring towards the end of this episode, he basically passes out, because he's been overworking himself and training his fighters, including Ippo. So it's just one of those things, guys, where some things are seemingly gonna take a, it's like they're at the forefront of the fight to come, that I believe that Ippo's gonna win this fight coming up, right? It's just that there's just a few things in the way. Obviously, Ippo mentally, he's not really fully confident to jump back in the ring after roughly 3 to 4 months. He's been training for 2 months now, trying to prepare himself. Chief's been working on his defense and stuff like that, but also looking to work on a combination of offensive defense, because we know that Ippo is more offensive minded when it comes to his fighting style, with a little bit of defense. But now we're working on the defensive side. But again, also the fact that Chief is sick. He has Chief on his brain, worrying about his trainer. Chief probably will be there for his fight, but his health is still going to be in the back of Ippo's mind. Probably thinking, will Chief be able to get through it, through the stress and worry of being in Ippo's corner through each round? Will it take a toll on Chief again? Will he pass out again during the fight? Things. All this stuff is at the forefront of Ippo's mind, in the back of his mind. It's just racking his brain. And that's what I'm worried about too. I want Ippo to walk into this fight with a little bit of confidence, but I understand that him that loss is haunting him right now. I get that, and he hasn't been fighting, like I said, roughly about 4 months now. He's getting ready to prepare to get back in the ring, and try his hand at an unknown fighter he doesn't even know anything about. So this is going to be some interesting stuff, guys. Walking into episode 62, which I'm actually getting ready to go watch. And then I'll be doing my review for that, which will also be up a few hours after. So, with that, I enjoyed episode 61 for the most part. It's just, the stressful stuff that has become reality for, Ippo and his camp. It's just, yeah. This fight coming up is going to be interesting, but I still believe Ippo's going to win. It's just going to be just an interesting fight in itself. But with that, guys, I'm getting ready to head over to run and watch episode 62, see what happens. So be on the look for my reaction of that, and always be on the look out for my review of episode 62 to come. But with that, I'll let y'all later. Leave some comments or comments. Let me know your thoughts, what you all think of this review video, and I'll talk to you over to episode 62, guys. Peace.